Hello and welcome to my rundown of Firewatch by Campo Santo. They're a new indie developer. This is a first-person adventure game, as you can see. Very striking, very beautiful. It's very narrative-driven. I'm not going to get into too much of the story. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of some of the mechanics and an idea of what to expect from it. But if you're thinking that this may be something you're looking for, just go ahead and buy it because it's definitely a great game, worth every penny. I'd say it's probably about 4 or 5 hours long, but it has replay value if you want to make some different choices. And we'll just play a little bit. You can see a little bit of it, but I'll try not to get too far into the story if in case you are looking to pick it up. So basically, you're Henry, and I did chop out an introduction sequence where you make quite a few choices that may or may not impact the story. If the changes are seen in the game, they're pretty subtle, but they may be there. I have to play through it a couple of times to see whether or not the choices have a major impact or not. But, it really is a choice-focused game. Dialogue, there's a lot of choices, kind of like Mass Effect. You have different choices depending on how you want to act. Basic interaction is really the name of the game here. And then this is your radio, which plays a huge role in the game.
Two Forks Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in.
So this is the communication system.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I... sleep? Forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Some of the conversations are a little weird, especially at the beginning here, but these voice actors are really great, and all in all, the script is really fantastic.
Okay, you're probably out here because nobody back home can stand you, which, after this brief introduction, is not a big shock.
Ouch. I'll chalk that up to you being tired and grumpy.
Well, I'd better get some sleep then.
One sec. Now it's my turn.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you. I say you got fired from your job and have finally decided to write your novel. That's the sort of bullshit reason you'll find a man out in the woods.
Good night.
Welcome to the job.
And the game uses these very abrupt title screens here, which I actually like. I think they're very well done.
Slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
Hey, sorry, guess I slept in.
You got a relaxing, 14 hours of sleep? Whew.
Yeah, Jesus, I guess it's 6?
6:45.
Whoops.
Don't worry about it. That hike puts everyone out of commission for a day or two. But now that you're up, let me quickly get you acquainted with the job. There's a thing in the middle of your room with a round map on it. Do you see it?
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
I see it.
Map.
This is the Osborne Firefinder, invented in 1914 by W.B.
Osborne?
You use this to spot, you guessed it, What the fuck?
What is it?
Nothing. You use this to... Oh, fuck me!
Good God, language, lady.
Out your west-facing window. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yep.
Are those fucking fireworks?
Whoa, that's not legal, right?
No. You need to get down there right now and stop them. Fire danger is through the fucking roof.
Is that really my job?
Your job is whatever I say it is. Look, the closest ranger is like 2 days away. Go down there and set him straight.
Like, kick the shit out of him sort of straight?
No. Jesus, no.
What? I'm not a cop. It's not like I've got a rule book over here.
Just make sure they don't do it again. Take their shit.
All right, fine.
Don't feed anyone a knuckle sandwich. Get going. You'll probably need a rope to get down the shale between you and the lake, if I remember right. There should be one in the supply box on the way. The code is 1234. It's actually that for all of them.
That's the same thing I have on my luggage.
Secure.
Shut up.
Okay. So, basically that's the interaction in the game. You and Delilah talking. Now, Delilah's your boss, and you are Henry, who's had a little bit of a rough go of it as of late. So he decided to take this job out here in Wyoming to watch for fires. This is a real job you can actually take. Can actually see somewhere. I think that's Delilah's lookout, and this is yours. Basically, everything takes place in this like reserve area here. I guess there are some people that come out here and camp. Most of the time, you spend it alone though, and you just chat back and forth with Delilah. Now, there is some sort of mystery going on, and I'll let you get into that a little bit yourself. And it works pretty well. I like how they build up tension, they build up some little bit of paranoia here, and the world is just so believable, and the conversations between you and Delilah are just so real. The voice acting is absolutely superb. The scripting is really great. Like I said, there were a few moments where the conversation got a little weird, didn't seem too natural, but for the most part, it's excellent, like super excellent. And this is your map, so this is basically the whole area. There is a little backtracking that can be a little disappointing to some, but they seem to do a good job of always introducing new events that happen while you're backtracking. Because I mean, it looks huge, but it doesn't really take you that long to get from one end of this place to the other, and there's some obstacles you have to overcome and stuff like that. So we have to go west, so. And I hope you guys have some fun getting lost with that map, because I had some issues using that sometimes. So you can sprint, so don't worry, you don't have to walk at a snail's pace the whole time you're walking around here. And I gotta keep checking my map because I want to make sure I'm heading the right direction. I think I am. So we'll do a little bit here. Won't get too far into it because, like I said, so much of this game is exploring yourself and finding. See, I'm going the wrong way. I gotta go back up here. It's exploring yourself and figuring out this story on your own. I feel that it closed pretty well. It all wrapped up all right. I felt like it fit the tone of the game, the direction that they were going with it. I've read some things about people being a little disappointed with it, but I'd say don't let that sway you from playing the game. Just because some people may have been a little disappointed with it, let that happen on your own terms. Figure out if it's really disappointing to you or not. I found it perfect. Like I thought the whole story was just so well done that I can't wait to see what the follow-up to this game is, because Campo Santo, in my opinion, really knocked it out of the park with storytelling through dialogue and stuff like that. So the really hard combination here. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so you find these caches. There's a lot of them. And you jot something down on your map. The map ends up getting filled up with all sorts of red marks and stuff like that. And there's these notes by between Ron and Dave. And they just kind of tell a little bit of a story between them. They're previous Firewatch members. You know, it's all about the narrative stuff. Take the rope. Rope's important. Rope, you hang rope off of like climbing spots that let you get up and down certain rock formations.
People just stuff these things with old food? That's how you get bears.
Where's that?
I'm at the cash box.
And just about everything you can have a conversation with Delilah about. Close it. And we'll head to these people shooting these fireworks off over here. The only thing about the environment that I wish was a little bit better was there's not a whole lot of wildlife. You hear the birds chirping in the background because the ambient sound is amazing, but like I wish there were things running around here, like like rabbits or squirrels or something like that. It's just one of those little things, but it's really not that big of a deal. All in all, the visual presentation and the world they set you up in is so legitimate that little things like that, and I didn't even really notice until I really, really thought about it.
This shale slide is steep. How do you expect me to get down this?
I don't remember it being that bad. It's not even named on our topos.
Yeah, well, I'd go with Widowmaker.
Come on, it's really not that bad.
It's a 50-foot cliff made of rocks that look like knives.
They just look like knives, okay? Plus, there's already a Widowmaker on the backside of Carter Mountain. It would be confusing.
How do you expect me to get down this?
Well, did you get that rope?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, just lash it to something nearby and take it slow.
So you do this a lot. Attach the rope and then climb down things or climb back up.
No.
Oh. Don't worry, he's alright.
Hey,
What the hell's wrong with you?
Widowmaker got the best of me.
What exactly happened?
My rope snapped coming down the shale slide.
You didn't break anything, did you?
So there's an example of a choice I made that actually changed dialogue. I chose to suggest calling that the Widowmaker, so she had her little story about there being a Widowmaker already, and then you used Widowmaker when you talked to her about it, so, there is some definite changes to the dialogue that can be impacted by what you choose to say.
It is a hell of a nice camping spot down here by the lake.
I haven't been down there in years, but yeah, Jonesy Lake area is perfect.
I just take a second to look at this. I know it's a stylized graphics. It's not super realistic. There's some shading going on and stuff like that, but I just think this looks so gorgeous.
I'm staring at the big outcropping down here, but I'm not quite sure where to
Sun
look
rays.
for our, pyrotechnicians.
Maybe keep heading west toward the lake.
Uh-oh, what do we got here? Some beer cans.
Finding a bunch of empty beer cans. They threw them all over hell.
Red Eagle.
Are you fucking serious?
Redbeard beer cans.
I would like to retract my statement about knuckle sandwiches. Feet away.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm not the maid. Oh, shit. Ferret are Irish.
Yeah, some whiskey.
They left half a bottle of whiskey. Decent stuff.
Drunk pyromaniacs. Fucking great.
They left their packs tied up here.
Don't fuck with them. The last thing we need is some hikers filing a report about harassment.
Uh-oh.
They left their clothes out to dry. It looks like 2 people. What if they're naked?
Won't that be
Uh-oh.
exciting? Look, they're obviously still there, so tell them off and then head back.
What's going on here?
I found a bra.
A nudie pyromaniac. Remain professional.
There are panties.
There are what?
I don't want to say that word again.
Why, 'cause you're 12?
There's a... Ooh.
Yes?
There are 2 naked ladies out here.
Can you handle that?
Come on, I like naked ladies, same as anyone, but there's, you know... I found them in the lake.
Skinny dipping.
Yeah.
Is that a guy over there?
Oh boy. Enjoy dealing with that.
I know you guys are setting up bottle rockets out here, okay?
How? Because you're hiding in the bushes spying on us? Give him a break, Lily. He probably hasn't seen boobs in 20 years. He's probably still a virgin. Why do guys think it's all right to just stare at girls?
Look, I'm sorry for bothering you. Can you just knock it off, please?
Yeah, you should be. This is a free country, and we should be free to do whatever we want. And free from any peeping Tom.
I said sorry.
Oh my God, is that what you are? Barf me out. Ew. Can we just get out of here? Ew, totally. You're gross. You're just some sad man out in the woods.
Alright, so that was an interaction that, you know, you could have gone a little bit more aggressive. I could throw this boombox in the lake, as you've probably seen in trailers and stuff like that, but I'm not going to do that.
It went fine. Hopefully there won't be any more trouble.
Good. Thanks for going down there.
So, now we got to go back to our lookout, which I'm going to go a different way. You could just go back. I think you could just go back the way you... actually, no, you couldn't, because there's a... So yeah, that's another thing that they do, is they kind of limit where you can go right off the bat by environmental obstacles. So because that rope broke off that steep cliff, I can't go back up that way. So I have to find a different way to get back to my lookout tower. So we'll just go up this way. Yeah, I kind of wish you would automatically climb those things. It gets a little old having to press A every time, but you know, not that big of a deal.
So, I have a bit of a confession to make.
What is it?
Look, I was drunk last night when I welcomed you to the job.
Yeah, well, you're not the first boss to be guilty of that.
I know, I know I can get a little pushy, you know, putting you on the spot about why you're out here and stuff.
It's fine.
I'll keep that sort of a thing to a minimum. Anyway, let me know when you get back to your lookout.
Yeah, so you definitely have a growing voice-only relationship
I heard some thunder.
with
Yeah,
Delilah.
eyes on a storm out to the north.
Well, that's bad, right? Because of the lightning?
It just means we'll be busy. Hurry home and try not to get hit by lightning.
I got hit by lightning when I was 9 years old, so I'm safe. It's not going to strike twice and all that.
Well, there was an old lookout named Roy Sullivan who got hit by lightning 7 times.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, well, if it makes you feel any better, it wasn't what killed him.
What killed him?
Suicide. Would you believe?
I mean, there's a lot of jokes going on here. And I actually liked most of the jokes. I'm a fan of corny humor, and she lays that on pretty thick. And it's your total choice if you want to engage with it or not.
There's a horn or an antler or whatever.
Well, antlers are made of bone, and horns are made of the same stuff as your fingernails.
I guess this is a bone.
Antler. A ranger must have found it this spring.
Ah!
Flashlight. Look, on-demand flashlight. All games should have on-demand flashlights. Whenever you want, even if you don't need it, you should be able to turn the flashlight on. That's just me soapboxing.
What's in this cave down here?
In Thunder Canyon?
Thunder Canyon?
Hey, I didn't name it. But in the cave...
Thunder
I don't
Canyon.
know, rocks? NFS tells people not to go too far in there. It's pretty dangerous.
Hello? It looks like the path leads through the cave.
Back in the cave, huh? Man, I don't need to lose another lookout in there.
Another lookout?
They go in, they never come out.
So this is another one of your jokes.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
This cave is gated off.
It's to stop spelunkers from dying without getting the keys from the Forest Service office first.
Makes sense.
Although Debbie says she lost them like 3 years ago, so maybe its mysteries are locked away for good.
That's too bad. I used to go caving in Colorado a lot with someone. Would be really nice to pick that back up.
Fond memories, huh?
Big time. I'll keep an eye out for those keys.
Don't hold your breath.
Climbing rocks, climbing rocks.
There's some guy out here.
Some guy? Wait, he's looking at you? Is he doing anything else?
I don't think so.
Henry, there's something something someone should have told you about this area.
What is it?
It's outside.
Come on.
The whole thing. And people come and go as they please. It's madness.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
Look, bumping into someone in the middle of nowhere is part of the fun.
That's one of my favorite lines of the whole game right there. It's outside. There are people outside. Yeah, so like I said, some of this stuff, like this climbing, gets a little monotonous. Sure. But you're not doing it a whole lot. Like in the context of the game, you may be doing it a lot, but you're not playing the game a whole lot. It's a very finite experience. And... oh, shit. And,
Damn it.
you know, not every game has to be open world, in my opinion.
Well, that trail isn't closed anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even though this is technically open world. You know, you don't need every game to be a
Anything for the
30-hour experience. You can have tight
anytime.
experiences next to these bigger games, and, you know, there's room for both of them. I mean, normally I wouldn't be a fan of these types of games, but this one just... it really blew me away, and it's opened my eyes to a lot of the similar games like this, so I'm going to check some of them out, that's for sure. and be a little bit more open-minded.
Henry, as an employee of the Forest Service, that is treason.
Yeah, well, he really freaked me out as a kid.
He inspired me to spend the bulk of my 30s keeping the wilderness safe.
A shrink would have a field day with you.
Thanks, Mom.
So this generator is all the power I've got out here. What kind of name is Forrest Burns anyway?
Well, that would be a pun, Hank. A glorious pun.
Went to junior high with a guy named Royal Butts.
Royal?
Butts.
I didn't think anyone had been named Royal since the 1850s.
Well, Royal's mom, Flo, was a bit of a trendsetter.
Flo Butts? Oh, man, that's even worse.
Yeah, well, it's
like a
Forrest Burns.
episode of The Simpsons or something. Bart making a prank phone call.
So it's just the outhouse then, in terms of going to the bathroom?
You're a man, Henry. You can go wherever you want. Well, number one at least. And, full disclosure, I pee wherever I want as well.
Come on. There it is. Well, this is gonna wrap it up. Like I said, I don't want to get too far into this. Just give you a taste of what this game is, basically. Like I said, there is some stuff going on here. There's a little bit of a mystery. There's a whole lot of interesting conversation. A whole lot of a pretty good sized world to explore. So if you're even remotely interested in this, I would definitely recommend picking it up, because I think so far 2016 is not too old yet, but this is probably going to end up on my top games of 2016, even though it's not traditionally what I would consider a great game. I'm going to check out similar games like this that I've missed out on, like Gone Home. It's very similar to that. The people at Fulbright that did Gone Home, they're going to be coming out with a game called Tacoma really soon, so I'm going to be checking that out. There's similar game I can consider Ether 1, which is on Steam and PlayStation 4. That's a similar game to this. It's very story heavy, very narrative driven, first person, basically adventure games. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a resounding recommendation from me. So if you're interested, I definitely recommend checking it out. Thanks.